Hello, my name's Paul Clegg, and I've just been reading a fascinating article on Forbes Magazine by a man called Robert Laurer. He's a retirement specialist, and he poses the question, would you join a multi-level marketing company for retirement income? Now, in this country you might call that network marketing, but would you consider that as a source of retirement income? That's the question he poses. And he's obviously researched the subject very well in order to give people options when they're coming up to retirement, and that's really what we all want. Now, I find this particularly fascinating on two parts. First of all, because 2 years ago I sold my business and technically retired. So I know the challenges that can bring, and Robert brings these challenges out. I'll tell you what they are in a minute. And secondly, because I've long been an advocate of network marketing as a means of promoting quality products and services to a wider network, as opposed to maybe the traditional retail distribution chain. So he's got my attention on two counts. Now, he straight away dismisses the myths and the arguments about whether these things are illegal, and they're really nonsense articles. But he says, and this is, I quote, "Initially, it may sound like a bold statement to consider multi-level marketing as a source of retirement income, but it's not if you understand the retirement the way I do. The reality is making a successful transition into retirement has more to do with psychology than with money, and the same may hold true for multi-level and network marketing. Don't get me wrong, money has a role in retirement, but it's not the primary one everyone gives it. Combine that concept with eye-opening statistics like the estimate that half of all baby boomers, that's 76 million people, by the way, in the US, I'm not sure what it is here in the UK and Europe, 76 million people are interested in starting a business, and the makings of a massive trend are in place. Now, if that's to be true, let's face it, some people will approach retirement and want a little part-time job, and that's fine. But maybe if somebody's really wanted to start a business, network marketing offers, in my view, some very viable options, and he points those out as well. You haven't got the traditional risk that's associated with starting up a traditional business, because the network marketing company will actually bear that risk. They put the money into the research, into the administration, the collection of and the financing of capital, the distribution of the product. So all of those risks are taken away. And I know only too well from years of being involved in being in business on my own, how heavily those risks weigh. So I guess there will be people retiring and taking a nest egg and thinking about putting it into a traditional business. They really ought to consider very carefully that holds great risk, and they ought to compare it with the option of a network marketing operation and the low risk that entails. But he goes on to talk about the psychological aspect of suddenly being on your own. If you're involved, as I was, with a lot of the local business community, working with them and meeting them every day, suddenly when you've not got that there, it can be very lonely. And the same must be said for a job. So they're some of the factors that the challenges he takes into consideration. So I would encourage you to read the article. Certainly, he really does hone in on the many reasons why network marketing companies have grown and why they're destined to grow at quite a pace during the 21st century as a source for retirement income. Things like self-esteem, being able to have somebody focus on something bigger, being able to learn new skills, being involved in a wider community, and a community of people that will inspire you and encourage you and value you, make you feel significant for the person that you are. Now, I'm happy to share my insight into the network marketing industry, maybe give you some pointers as to what to look for and what to avoid in choosing a good network marketing company, and perhaps look at some of the trends that are taking place, some of the markets that are being opened by companies, and which companies to look at. I'll be delighted to give you that information. Just follow the link on this page and fill your details in, and I'll send that with pleasure. If that helps, then perhaps I've made a difference. Thanks very much indeed.